All right, so carrying on, the more you can think like a woman, the better. It's like I know there's that book, it's like act like a man, think like a woman, and that's exactly what you want to do. Because women do not have muscle in their repertoire to use, so they're crafty, and they know how to manipulate the situation to control the outcome they desire. They get other people to do work for them, and they're very smart. Women are so smart and intuitive. And that could just be like the dynamic of men come to them, and just their life's experience, what they go through. But woman, the average woman is far smarter than the average man, in my opinion, that I've seen. I might be wrong, but so the more you can think like a woman, the better. And like, how I'm doing it right now is kind of like I imagine myself as a woman, and like basically like when I see a hot woman, it's like I already know that I wanna get inside her, but I look at her as if I was a woman, so I eliminate her like from the competition. So I kind of like neg her, and I take her, I kind of take her down a little bit. It's really a fine, it's like a fine high wire act between you know attraction and kind of you're attracting her by kind of showing her you're different by not being like all over her. You're kind of like bringing out the very best in her by being someone who stimulates her to action by challenging her. And, you're actually helping her become a lot more sharp and crisp by not falling all over her head over heels. You're giving her a challenge, and that way she proves herself to you. And when she passes your tests, then she just swells up with pride, and you get a lot more done. Um, so yeah, so basically I want to hang out in meat markets and try that new seduction method. And basically it's kind of like make out, get the number as fast as possible, bounce, and then just like one thing that I notice is with women is it's like they're not like men. They take time to warm up and heat up, and it's like if you like guys are kind of like light switches. It's like they see neon, glow in the dark, high heels, and like a $300 skirt. They're like, I'd do that right now, right? But I think women, are more like pots of water, and you just have to heat them up. And it's not like, it's kind of like a blend between like, physical, like pulling, like the touchy feely, it's like I'm touching you, do you feel me, right? And kind of like really stimulating them and like tempting them. And the only way you can really raise that up is to just be suggestive. Attraction is creating satisfaction, and the more you can stimulate them erotically, with words and visual pictures, the better. Because basically in a nutshell, words exist only to change feelings and alter perceptions, and that's all they're for. That's all language really exists, and that's what I think that women see language as. It's just a tool in your skill box, and we like to think that it means more than that, but no, that's all that language is really for. It's to change feelings and to alter perceptions about or environments and labels that we have for things. So, yeah, one of my first moves that I'm going to do is introduce everyone that I'm in a group with to like a girl, and then draw attention to her shoes, and we're just going to go through more of this. But another thing that I think is really going to help is telling stories about previous girlfriends that I've had. And before I didn't really think this was going to be like kind of an effective thing, but at a time, maybe when in the comfort stages, when I'm kind of like trying to like build comfort and kind of like raise the temperature. I'm just going to talk about, I want to make it like a high bar for her to cross. It's like it's not easy to like become my number one spot, right? And there's a high standard that I have, and basically, if I can tell stories about previous girlfriends, and that gives the opportunity to kind of like insert a whole bunch of things that I expect, right? So for example, I could just say, oh yeah, my last girlfriend, she just loved doing things like sucking on my penis. She loved watching me slide it in. She was always into dress up, and she just liked to be controlled by a man sexually. And just kind of slip in things like, yeah, my girlfriends have all been very sexually confident. They're all sluts in the bedroom. They'd wait for me when I got home from work and blow me as soon as I got through the door. Just kind of like, creating opportunities for you to raise the bar, raise your value, raise, you're pumping up things, and you're pumping up your value, and you're kind of getting her wet. Another thing I want to kind of have a look at is like, it's a dog's world. I really want to look at dogs more because, what really fascinates me is like the sizes and varieties of dogs and like how they react. Because if it was like really such a like animalistic world, then there'd be like nothing except like big dogs. But there's lots of little dogs out there. So dogs kind of must have a code where it's like, they like the company or something like that. But I'm kind of interested in like how dogs relate to one another, like a little tiny dog and like a huge dog, like, how that's possible, right? I don't know, but yeah, something like that. But so just going on back onto like that one point about words being just tools to do, but that's all women love to do. Like a woman's biggest red flag is boredom. That's what women don't like more than anything else. The moment women are bored is when they start looking in other directions except you. So, all they like to do is manipulate perceptions and feelings. So just enjoy story time. Like, talk about ultimate frisbee or winning values to everything. Just a really quick thing. I think a lot of girls flirt to stay sharp when they're in a relationship, not necessarily seeking to hook up. So when you encounter these kind of girls, you have to blow them out very sternly, and because they just wasted your time. So you want to screen girls all the time and make sure that they are there to meet you. They are looking for a boyfriend, and yeah, that's just learn as you go, right? Okay, just a little bit more here. Okay, I'm gonna get the notes together and then we'll do another thing.